everybody. My chosen country of focus is Indonesia. Indonesia's development story is indeed fascinating and could be understood through the four key development factors. First, geographically, Indonesia is truly unique. It comprises of 17,000 islands spanning across the Indian and Pacific Oceans. This layout has been both a blessing, but it also has been a challenge. The country's position has made it a natural trading hub between East Asia, the Middle East, and Australia, with rich maritime resources at its disposal. But think about managing infrastructure across these vast islands. It's like trying to connect dots across the ocean. It makes basic tasks like transportation and movement of goods from one place to another, as well as governance, incredibly complex and expensive. The second factor is values. When it comes to values, Indonesians are known for their welcoming nature, their ability to maintain harmony across their incredibly diverse population. While these cultural traits have helped keep the peace in Indonesia, I personally do not think it played a major role in the economic development of the country. Next factor is factor endowments. Indonesia has been blessed with natural resources from oil and gas, coal, timber, palm oil, and actually it's one of the world's biggest nickel producers, sitting on 1.5 billion tons of it. So these resources have jump-started Indonesia's economy, though they also made the country vulnerable to the fluctuating global commodity prices. So to mitigate this situation and to avoid the country's over-dependence on depleting resources, Indonesia had diversified into manufacturing and services, as was noted in a 2016 World Bank report. In terms of development, it's undeniable that Indonesia's factor endowments, particularly in the agriculture sector in the 1960s, produced important export commodities which contributed to its early development. Finally, institutions. The institutional story is particularly interesting. From 1967 to 1998, under President Suharto, Indonesia had a strong central government that drove impressive economic growth, but it also fostered corruption and authoritarian control. After 1998, the country decided to decentralize its power to local governments, which had mixed results. It was not as expected that we thought that, if you move from an authoritarian control to a decentralized government, things would get better, but no, not necessarily so. It had mixed results. Some regions thrived with their new authority, while others struggled due to limited resources and experience. So when it comes to development, I would say that institutions played a mixed role. While the centralized Suharto era promoted stability and growth, it was also marked by corruption and authoritarianism. On the other hand, decentralization increased participation and accountability of local governments, but it also led to uneven policy quality across the regions. Finally, talking about international aid. International aid has also played a crucial role in the development of Indonesia, particularly first through the World Bank. So the World Bank had a stunting reduction program between 2018 and 2022, and it had actually helped to cut the stunting rates in Indonesia by 9.2% during that period. Another important supporter in terms of international aid is the Asian Development Bank, which had contributed around 340 billion US dollars over the years for various sectors, including infrastructure, health, and education. So this consistent support has been vital, especially during tough political and tough economic times. So while international aid can provide immediate relief and help build the country, becoming too dependent on foreign assistance often backfires. Countries end up drowning in debt. Governments get sloppy with spending and, loan repayments. And weak leadership makes everything worse. Taking Indonesia as the case example, A 2015 paper by Wahyu Askar showed that many aid projects in Indonesia only made temporary improvements before fizzling out, largely due to corruption and mismanagement, which ate away any lasting benefits. The same mixed results show up when you look at transportation projects funded by big development banks. Some areas saw real improvements in growth and jobs, while others barely budged. So I think it really comes down to how well local authorities handled and managed the money and whether they make smart investments to complement the aid that is provided. So that ends my presentation for today, and this is the list of uh, references that I had made during for my presentation today. Thank you very much.